behind Rick Meyer, 5-year career in the NFL. And this is his offensive line: Heck, Schultz, Pilgrim, Berger, and Williams. The big cat with a bad ankle, but playing. Raymond Harris, Tony Carter, the two runners, Ingram, Ricky Prohl, and Keith Jennings. 1st and 10 Bears. Rick Meyer, the quarterback, from their own 20. This is Raymond Harris. 5 yards, maybe 6. Bears tipped by Anderson. 3 wide receivers. Chris Penn is the 3rd. Meyer has caught by Chris Penn. It was on the Kansas City practice squad. Picked up by the Bears just recently.
That was the thing Dave Wanstead said that they were going to have to do, is get Chris Penn in there in these nickel situations. You see, wide receivers are using their hands more and more to beat defenders. They used to beat them with moves, and now they're beating them by pushing and pulling. He just took Kevin Smith with his right hand and just pushed him to the outside as he made the cut.
1st down Bears at their own 44, an 18-yard pickup. Bangs to the 49, close to midfield.
Well, there's an impressive guy, Raymond Harris.
He really is.
I mean, it doesn't take much, and that's what the Cowboys were saying, that they got to stop him, because all they have to do is give him a little crease. And he's a slashing runner. I mean, that ball is snapped, and he goes right at that hole and just runs through everything. He took over from Robert Smith.
Yep. Here's Meyer. This is what he likes. To Ricky Prohl. Roll out of bounds, a Bear 1st down in Dallas territory.
This is a pretty good mixture here. You know, most of the time a quarterback will drop back, but watch here, there's just a little roll out here to the right. And instead of throwing from back here, he's going to throw from this position here. All you do is you take your pocket, instead of having it in the middle, you move it out to the right and you just throw on the run. And as you said, Rick Meyer said if he had his choice, he would like to be doing more of that.
And he does it very well.
Now that's that timing thing, and you get a guy like Rick Meyer just starting his 2nd game here for the Bears, and Dave Wanstead knows that you're going to go through those things. And when he made the trade for Rick Meyer, he knew it was going to take a while. It was going to take a while for him to learn the system. Then you learn the system, then you got to get the timing down with the players.
That looks like a very long penalty. Meyer back to throw it. Pass is caught at about the 12 by Eric Smith.
Now there's an interesting guy, Eric Smith. They just picked him off the Kansas City Chiefs practice roster.
Right.
And he's the fastest man on their team. The Bears don't have any speed right now with Curtis Conway out at wide receiver. So they picked up Eric Smith. Now this guy was timed in a 4.3. Dave Wanstead was saying the scout that timed him, this guy timed the fastest that he had ever timed in his life. And they just needed some speed, so they just brought him in, activated him, and now they're throwing the ball already against the Dallas Football Cowboys.
He and Chris Penn both. Here is Raymond Harris, who gets the fake. And Bobby Ingram takes the ball to pass from Meyer. Kevin Smith took him down. Rick Meyer looks pretty sharp.
Very sharp.
2nd and 7. Prohl in motion. Here comes the blitz. Raymond Harris to about the 6, 7 maybe. Sauerbrunn will hold. Jaeger to kick. The field goal was good, and the Bears take a 3-0 lead. The Bear defense: Reeves, Simpson, Flanagan, and Theory up front. Reeves replacing Alonzo Spellman, Minter, Cox, and Cox. Bryan in the middle, Ron on the outside. Harris, Mangum, Marty Carter, and Tom Carter in the secondary.
It's the first time Rick Meyer has ever played against the Dallas Cowboys.
5 years in the league. Here's the draw play from Raymond Harris, who gets out to about the 12. some well-needed room for their punter.
Well, I think on that play there, they got a lot of their goals. One, as I said, you want to get past the 5-yard line, and then second thing, you want to get a first down. Here they run a draw play, good crease, and that's all Raymond Harris needs. Boom, is that little crease. He goes right through that. He gets it to the 5, then he gets it beyond the 10, and he gets a first down.
He got a first down.
That's pretty doggone good.
Yes, it is.
Barry Minter did a good job of stepping up in there, because he not only had to step up in the hole when he saw it, but then he had to take on the block of Moose Johnston. So he had 3 things. 1, read it. 2, step up into the hole. Just watch him here, how he reads it. Then he steps up in the hole, takes on the block right there, plays off the block, and makes the tackle.
Yep. First and 10, that's Irvin in motion. Aikman back to throw it, and here they come after it. Aikman is waffled. Aikman knocked down hard by Barry Minter.
We're just talking about the play that Barry Minter made earlier, stepping up there, and Barry Minter is really going to step up this time. Watch him, he's coming late. You see, he comes right here. That's a delayed blitz. You know, he didn't come right now on the ball. You're going to see him. He's going to wait. He's right there in the middle, and he's just waiting and waiting and waiting, and now he comes. You see, he lets the protectors do the job that they have to, and then he comes on a delayed blitz. And as you said, he waffled. Oh, Troy Aikman. Well, like you say, you know, Keith Jennings is the starter, kind of a blocker and not much of a receiver. And Ryan Wetnight is more of a receiver, and John Allred will probably be the combination guy that they want. That'll do both.
2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers, 1 back. Raymond Harris, and he gets the carry. Stopped by Dexter Coakley.
You know, it looks like this Cowboy defense is starting to wear down a little. The guys are starting to look a little tired out there.
Raymond Harris. And that looks like enough for a first down.
I like the way Raymond Harris runs. I mean,
it's all out.
Yeah, he doesn't mess around. I mean, if he sees something, he takes it right now. I mean, there's no dancing, there's no going sideways, there's no going backwards, there's no going anywhere. It's just whack, and he just hits any crease or any opening he sees, and he doesn't even care who's in front of you.
Darnell Autry is in the backfield, and he gets the carry. Autry, their 3rd-round pick from Northwestern, and it's been hot. We know that. Let's go down to Dan Jiggets and see how hot.
He is either getting hit right as he throws it before or right after he throws it.
3rd and 2. He gets the ball out to Darrell Johnson. And the Moose broken tackles, finally stopped by John Mangum.
But I'll tell you, Paul Grasmanis really hit Troy Aikman after he threw that ball, or again, as he threw it. Watch number 93 coming right there. Boom! I mean, he hit him, and Troy Aikman's head just jolted right back. Watch this hit. I mean, that is a whack, and he got the ball out there and got the first down, but Troy Aikman has taken way too many hits. There's Brian Cox over there talking about that defense. These Bears are playing great defense today. They are getting after the Cowboys.
And they're doing well on offense as well. Controlling the ball. Pass complete.
So I think that, you know, that he knew it, we knew it, and it looked like the Chicago Bears knew it. Watch again, Flanagan makes a big play. Jim Flanagan, he started to go pursuit. He was the guy that anytime you're going to run a reverse, you have to get pursuit going the other way and come back against the grain. But you can't run a reverse with that much penetration. You know, Marty Carter told us that last night, that they were going to, that they looked at Philadelphia, and they saw what Philadelphia did to the Cowboys, and they were going to kind of copy that defensive plan, and that's what they're doing.
Aikman goes quick count, goes deep. Throwing for Miller. The pass is picked off by Carter.
There always seems to be a guy free hitting them.
Oh, it seems to be a different kind of blitz. Pass is picked off by Kevin Smith. Down to about the 7-yard line where he's knocked out of bounds. Meyer tried to throw the slant, tried to force it. Aikman. Anthony Miller. Touchdown. Here's Aikman back to throw, and here comes the pressure. And down goes Aikman. At the 25.
That was Brian Cox here. He came right up the middle, but they're blitzing him everything with everyone. Now watch Cox. He's here. He's going to run straight up the middle. Now watch. He goes behind him, ends up back here. Now he comes around the backside, and he was going for the noggin on that one.
Yesterday we spoke to Brian Cox about how he mentally prepares himself to play.
As simple as, telling myself that they cut me off in traffic. They did something to me early in the week that I just kind of bottled until Sunday and decided to take the cork off. Or as extreme as saying that someone did something violent to my mom or did kidnap my kids, did something to my wife, and you kind of make it personal so that you can get yourself psyched up to defend yourself and your family.
That's kind of personal. Here comes the blitz. Emmitt Smith gets the carry. This is his top run of the day as he gets 9, maybe 10 yards, close to first down yardage. They're at their own 49. No flags. Aikman back to throw. Michael Irvin is open, and he's out of bounds at the Bears' 32-yard line. Another first down for the Cowboys. Show blitz. Flag on the play. That's Johnson. The Moose. The NFL's leading scorer, Richie Cunningham, tied for the lead when the day started, is good again. Meyer outside to Raymond Harris, and Aaron Woodson takes him out of bounds and makes the tackle. 3rd and 6. 3 wide receivers for the Bears, and let's see if they can protect for Rick Meyer. He throws high and out of bounds. Bobby Ingram makes the catch, but it's about 5 yards short of the first down.
There's Chris Zorich, Pat, number 97, in there for the first time. And out with an injured thumb. Activated today and is in there for his first play. A real favorite in Chicago.
Yes, sir. Here's Aikman. Michael Irvin out of bounds. That's the first down. Sherman Williams is the tailback for the Cowboys. Emmitt Smith is out of the game. Sherman Williams. Irvin makes the catch inside the Bear 25 and fights his way to the 23. Manga made the stop.
I think that if they put Emmitt Smith in there now, I think he would run a lot better.
Aikman, and nobody picked up Barry Minter.
Barry Minter, again, the same thing. And you talk about halftime adjustments, and you figure the Cowboys have finally figured that out, and it's Barry Minter. And again, he's not doing anything. He's right here, and he's just going to come straight up the middle. Now, maybe it's a little delay, but right up here, you got to count him. And he ran right by Nate Newton. Newton.
Here they come again with pressure up the middle. He gets rid of it, and he can burn them like this. Aikman to Irvin. Aikman's second touchdown pass of the day. Bears 1st and 10. Meyer back to throw it. Has time. Gets it to rookie Prohl. And Prohl with about the 33. Back to throw it. And he does get the first down to Ricky Prohl.
Pass is complete to Ricky Prohl.
At about the 45, and he retreated a couple of yards.
There is an amazing guy.
Yep.
Amazing.
Bates and Sanders. You can use that expression. This is Dion.
He got one here.
He said there's always a crease. Eric Kramer is now the Bear quarterback.
Dave Wannstedt said yesterday that he might do this, that if things weren't going well, that he would put Eric Kramer in. He said, but then he would bring Rick Meyer back to next week.
Yep.
Rick Meyer would still be a starter, but you just can't sit there and let things go badly and leave the quarterback in there and not bring in a Kramer. Although I think if you knew you were going to bring in Kramer, I would have brought him in, you know, a couple of series ago.
Actually, their defense has done a pretty good job.
Well, they came in here with two objectives. They were going to stop Emmett Smith and get after Troy Aikman, and I'll tell you, for the better part of this game, they did a great job.
There's Troy Aikman down again, pursued by Carl Simpson.
You know, they're having trouble with those inside guys. You know, sometimes it's the blitzing guy, and sometimes it's a tackle, and we've seen it all day. Here's Simpson here, and you just see that he's just going to come through and just get the penetration. You see Nate Newton steps down, Tuanay steps out, and they just let him run right by him. I mean, that has happened the whole game.
Quickest guy off the ball you ever saw.
And he was, you know, one of those guys, when you think of Chicago Bear football, you...
And your legs are not supposed to bend like this.
Yeah, watch that left leg. Oof. That is an ugly sight.
This was a guy the Bears were very impressed with, had high hopes for.
Rookie out of USC,
yeah.
And Dave Wanstead was just talking about him last night, how, you know, eventually he was going to be their starting tight end.
Every down.
Wanted to get him more and more into the game because he could do it all. He could do the blocking and the catching. And that look on his face tells it all.
3rd and 2 at their own 28. 4 wide receivers for the Bears. Raymond Harris, the deep back. Ingram in motion. Kramer back to throw it. Pressure. Pass picked off by Woodson. And Darren Woodson.
I may be right.
You might be. Emmett Smith inside the 10. Emmett out of bounds at the 3.
You don't think Emmett could smell that end zone as he was going there? There's no one who wanted to get in there worse than Emmett Smith did.
Somebody else was playing there. Field goal by Cunningham.
They got him in the backfield before he could get started.
The Bears get to Raymond Harris.
Larry Allen's hurt. I mean, the Cowboys aren't the Cowboys that they used to be.
Raymond Harris gets the carry out to the 30, about a yard short of the first down.
I mean, Raymond Harris is a player and a threat.
Yep.
But other than that, they don't have a lot of threats.
Kramer fakes to Harris. Pass caught by Ingram. Another Bear first down. Fake to Harris. Harris has 100 yards.
Here, you don't know, and Dave Wanstead's going to have to go through that again now. You know, next week, who's going to start?
Harris. It's a good block by Carter in front and gets another Bear first down. Raymond Harris. He has been the bright spot this season for the Bears. He was supposed to be a co-running back. Now he's taking the whole load.
When he was going to be the co-running back, he was going to be more of a fullback and a pass receiver, but he's a runner, and Raymond Harris is a man. I mean, you know, if you wanted to take a player with you off of this Bear team, I would take Raymond Harris.
Remember when we used to talk to defensive coordinators? 2nd and 10. Darnell Autry is the runner this time, and he gets the carry. Autry. Hugging the ball, gets about 8 or 9 yards. Broderick Thomas brought him down.
He said he listens and he has quickness and toughness and speed, and he's going to be a player.
Kramer gives to Autry, and Autry gets a Bear first down. James Williams, the Bears' right tackle, had been over getting his ankle retaped on the sideline. He just re-entered the game. Now that's a big person. Big cat goes about 340.
Yeah, I mean, that's a job for a defensive lineman, just getting around Big Cat.
Kramer throws it outside to Ryan Wentnight, who turns it upfield to about the 25-yard line.
Non-speed guys.
Kramer on the sprint out to Wentnight again, and he got a first down, I believe, by about a yard. There's Chris Dorridge seeing his first activity today.
He didn't see much activity, though, did he? He came in there for a couple plays, and we didn't see him much after that.
2nd and 10. Here's Kramer back to throw it. Inside the 10 is Keith Jennings, who doesn't make a lot of receptions, is sort of the blocking tight end for the Bears, but did make that reception. He weighs about 280.
I think offensively they really struggled all day, and they were helped by their defense, the field position, and their special teams.
Couple of interceptions. That's Sherman Williams. Outside the 20. Said all I need to do is find it. Sherman Williams taken down in the backfield, hit before he had a chance by Carl Reeves. 2nd down and 9. Wade Wilson gives to Sherman Williams, who gets up to about the 28-29 yard line, stopped by Marty Carter. Cowboys will make their record 3-1. The Bears will be 0-5 as the pass is caught going out of bounds by Ricky Prohl. Stops the clock with 17 seconds left. Final score here at Texas Stadium is Dallas 27, the Bears 3.
Troy Aikman trying to cool off. The Bears, though, with Dave Wannstedt playing defense, fired on him.
Well, he was under pressure the entire first half. That was Flanagan hitting him low, then Flanagan again on the blitz. The Bears blitzed on almost every down during the course of the first half, and then we're going to take a look at Brian Cox working his way up the middle of the field and chasing Aikman down outside the pocket. And then finally, Emmitt Smith right there, spot shadowed. You're going to see them keeping him in the block, and Nate Newton actually misses his block. And again, Aikman under pressure.
Well, Emmett also had a rough half. Carl Simpson, the Simpsons, trips him up for 1 yard, and then the dance for 1 yard. Hey, you got to give the Bears credit. They played very good defense. Spellman wasn't there. The Bears led it 3-0, and in the first half rushing yards, the Cowboys had nada, not a thing. The Bears at 91. Late in the second quarter, Rick Meyer picked off by Kevin Smith. You're running the ball. Oh, no, you threw it. You're down at the 6, 2 plays later. Aikman. Here comes the blitz again, Tom, but he gets rid of it to Anthony Miller, who makes the cut at the 3, 7-3 Cowboys at the half. 10-3 Cowboys midway through the third quarter. Aikman, Irvin, Michael makes a catch for 26 yards. 2 plays later, Barry Minter played a big game, and he comes in for the sack. Next play, blitz again. Troy's ready. To Irvin on the seam, beats Walt Harris, 26 yards, breathing room, 17-3. 2 minutes left in the third, quota. Deion's going to take the punt at the 17, and guess what happens?
Prime time.
Bust up the middle. Look at him go. He knows he's gone. He goes all the way. 83 yards. Cowboys beat the Bears 27-3, despite that slow start, despite 12 of 27 for Troy.